most of the vegetables. For example, in case of mango, grapes, these are directly exported from the place like Malda of West Bengal. These are the north part of West Bengal, where I'm talking about the state like Odisha. In case of Odisha, most of the fruit, vegetable export from the place like Maharashtra and Malda area of West Bengal. In case of Maharashtra, the place like Nasik and Bidar area is very much famous for vegetable and also fruits also, especially oranges, grapes, and other fruits or seasonal fruits. So in that case, they are not enabled to provide that particular stickers. They are the farmer. The farmer directly send their product through the number of intermediate. So by the help of this intermediate should be reach up to your state. But in case of your state, most of the people are using these stickers. The cost of this sticker is very much less, or very much the cost is very much nominal as compared to the multinational companies brand. So that is why they are directly providing these stickers to increase the value of that particular product whenever you go for 1 kg, 2 kg, and more than 5 kg. So due to that packagings, some people are using wax also. In case of apple, in case of orange, in case of you consider it as vegetables. So due to this wax layer, the durability of product will be increased up to maximum 6 hours. तो जो मतलब फ्रूट्स वेजिटेबल वहां से आता है वो उसके ऊपर wax का लेयर दे देते हैं. वो melted wax, the fruits and the vegetables should be directly deeply inside the melted wax. So due to that wax layer, it should be preserved up to maximum 12 hours, or you can say in some vegetables should be preserved up to 24 hours. So due to this extent or expansion in durability, the product rate and you can say that is they can easily fulfill the demand and supply from any part of India. Similarly, if you purchase mango from local market, these are not from the different farmer inside the states like Odisha. So these products are directly exported from the different part of West Bengal. Especially in case of mango are directly exported from the place like Malda of West Bengal, where they are not providing. These are the farmers. So through the intermediate, they should reach up to your state. But in case of increase the value, the retail shop or the retail outlet, they directly provide some stickers. And even if they provide some foam packing, due to that foam packing and stickers, if you compare the normal mango with the foam packing and sticker mango, the price is very much higher side. Clear? That is the concept. That is why most of the company are using this type of concept to increase their product values. Then moving to the next ones. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Similarly, if you take the most important vegetables nowadays, in case of potato, in case of onion also. In case of potato, they mix up with a special kind of clay. एक तरह का मिट्टी आता है वहाँ पे. So they directly you can say it is directly merge or directly mix with this particular clay with this potato. And due to this mix up of this clay, the durability of potato should be ranged that can be preserved up to 15 days and more than 15 days. तो जैसे तुम आलू को प्रिजर्व करते हो, in that case what will happen, the preservation will be maximum 10 to 15 days, but due to that addition of that special kind of clay in case of potato, that preservation stage or preservation period will be increased. So most of the warehouse or cold store are using this particular strategy for even if you go for packagings in case of a carry bag or a large quantity, they directly preserve this kind of, or they done this kind of activities for preserving for a particular longer period. Then moving to the next one. Then the next one is your modern packaging innovations. The first one is aseptic packagings. So this type of packaging is provided especially for milk and dairy product. So this is a particular process which the food product such as ultra high temperature milk, and its packaging sterilized separately and then combined and sealed under the sterilized atmosphere. So in most cases, the dairy organization, especially in if you take the best example in case of Milk Moo and Umfed in your state, they are using this type of ultra high temperature milk packagings, especially which is enable or sterilize different atmosphere whenever they deliver this particular raw milk to different destinations. So what is the procedure for preserve the milk for a longer period? What is the procedure?
Aspecting packaging.
Yes, Soumya. What is the
So
procedure
store
used?
in a freezer.
My question is to tell the process name. The process name is pasteurizing. That is why they have mentioned the process in your milk packet, pasteurized milk. The scientist name is Louis Pasteur. So according to his name, the process his name is pasteurization process. So due to that pasteurization process, the milk can be preserved for a longer period. Clear? Whenever you open the or tear the packet, the durability should be start within 6 hours, maximum 6 hours. That should be converted into waste. So if you not tear the packet, the durability of that pasteurized milk should be maintained, or that should be within the that range of maximum 10 hours. Okay, so this type of ultra high temperature milk package. Yes, yes.
So tone milk भी लिखा था ना पैकेट ऊपर.
Tone milk, that should be toned by some proteins. Okay, if you go for milk moo segment, they are adding some proteins. There are various type of protein is added. Okay, so that should maintain that is known as tone milks. They are not removing the protein part, especially the you can say that it's the butter part extract from the milk point of view. Okay, the next type is your vacuum packagings. So in case of vacuum packagings, it is a procedure in which air is drawn out the package prior to the sealing, but no other gases are introduced. This technique has been used for many years for products such as curd, meats, and cheese. So most of the, you see in the particular figure, starting from the different nuts, even if meat and cheese should be preserved by the help of vacuum packagings. So initially, what happened in case of vacuum packagings, they directly put the product inside the package and removing the unwanted air and then seal the whole packet. So in this regard, what will happen? There is no moisture should be directly contact with this particular product, and they avoid different kind of wastage damage during transportation activities. The next one is your modified atmosphere packaging. It is also known as MAP packagings. So in this procedure, which involves repairing air or replacing air inside a package with a predetermined mixture of gases prior to sealing it. So this gas involved modified atmosphere packagings is applied commercially today are known as your carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen. So most cases, oxygen and nitrogen are used to preserve, especially in case of meat or flesh, or even in case of your flesh of fish also. So it is applicable to seafoods and some dressed vegetables, which is directly delivered to different destination and different retail house. If you go to Reliance Future or any kind of retail outlet by Adani Group or Reliance Group, you see this kind of packagings. So these are known as modified atmosphere packagings. But due to toxicity of human body, most of the packagings are used to nitrogen gas and oxygen gases. But in some cases, product like Pepsi and Coca-Cola, they are using carbon dioxide for compressing this or to maintain a particular compress or for flavor of this particular beverage inside the glass bottles. तो अगर तुम पेप्सी और कोका कोला में जाओगे तो उसमें कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मिलाते हैं, that is CO2. But in case of food, beverage, and in case of food, juice, or you can say it is flesh or meat, in that case, they are adding nitrogen and oxygen. Did you know nitrogen inert gas there? Yes, yes.
Sir, green motor packaging, sir, corn packaging रे भी sir map.
हाँ, map पे हुआ है, but it is depending upon the companies. It is vary from company to companies. Yes or no? Especially in case of green matters, they are nowadays you enabling the MAP packagings for increasing the durability of product. Yes.
Sir, maintain the hygienity also.
Hygienity and flavor also. Okay. The next part is active packagings. So in case of active packaging, it is a innovative concept that can be defined as a mode of packaging in which the package, the product, and the environment interact to prolong shelf life for enhance the safety and sensory properties. So while maintaining this particular quality of product or quality of product. In case of active packaging, if you go to hotel industry, they are use aluminum film. In case of sweet, they are using you can say it wax laminated papers. In case of food industries, in case of cheese industry, they are using this type of packets. So especially if you see in case of Amul butter, they are using wax laminated papers, and these are you can say that it enhance the prolonged shelf life of a product along with the you can say that is the flavor and the fragrance and the freshness, and finally the you can say that is the hygiene level of the particular product. Then moving to the next one. The next one is edible packaging. So this type of packaging is a particular thin layer of edible material formed on a food as a coating or placed on or between the food components. A neutral polymer have been studied extensively for development of edible packaging. So most of the edible packaging provided by the food industries, and if you tear this particular packet, there is a thin layer of aluminum foil should be there. So due to this metal, the fragrance and the hygienity should be maintained for a longer period. So there is a variety of polysaccharide and scad and holysides proteins, where the protein soybeans and even if fish proteins and lipid has been used either individually or in a mix to produce edible films. In most cases, especially in case of food or ready to eat food, in that cases they are use some soybean proteins, and even if they are some adding some fish protein. So if you go to the country like for Dubai, in that case most of the packaging are used this edible packagings, but they are segregated those things. Some belong to halal, some belong to non-halal things. In case of halal things, they are segregated from non-halal things, and that's they are directly used animal protein for edible packagings. Then moving to the next one, this is the last one. In case of intelligent or smart packagings, this particular packaging is mostly or vastly used in case of seafood industries. In case of intelligent and smart packaging, basically designed to monitor and communicate information about food qualities. So it is essentially integrated method that deals with mechanical, chemical, electrical, or electronically driven functions. So in this particular packagings, they are directly indicate your time, temperature indicators are there, and whenever you replace an indicator, biosensor and radio frequency identification tag is there. So whenever you scan this particular radio frequency identification, it should be directly indicate a different function which directly you can say it is enabling the different intelligent packaging in the form of time temperature indicators, the difference indicators, and other hidden indicators in the form of preservations, in the form of chemicals, in the form of different electronics chip directly enabled for this type of intelligent smart packaging. So if you take the best example in case of some company like Magnus, some company like your Falcon and Export are using this particular product for abroad countries for enabling the different food qualities regarding your seafood industries. The next topic is, till that any doubt from your side, anyone?
सर जो कुरकुरे लेज और पैकिंग है ता ଭିତରେ जो एयर ଟା ପ୍ରସ୍ତାବ ସେଟା କୋଉ ଟାଇପ ର ଏୟାର
vacuum packaging, that is known as vacuum packaging. They enable oxygen, liquid oxygen, or you can say the fresh oxygen should be directly inserted to maintain the fragrance and the crispiness of that particular product.
ओके सर
Oxygen used in case of kurkure, and CO2 used in case of your cold drinks, especially Pepsi and Coca-Cola. The higher side of CO2 is used to involve in case of thumbs up. So due to that thing, the taste is very much hard or very much acceptable by young people. The next part is in case of nitrogen, these are very much enable in case of your food industry, especially for meat industries, or in case that is flesh industry. Yes, yes.
Sir, kurkure sir nitrogen gas rohuchi sir.
Then in some cases, if you go to you can say that is your which company that is very much famous. So in case of that is a snack industry, Haldiram. There are some multinational company, they are using inert gases, but if you go to the local made, they are using oxygen gases, pure oxygen. That is moisture-free oxygen gases are used. If you directly put fresh oxygen, which contain a few amount of moisture, they directly degrade your product. But if you moisture-free oxygen, in that case, your fragrance and you can say that is the taste, flavor should be maintained for a longer period. Yes. Have you seen any kind of smart packagings or intelligent packaging? Anyone?
सर जो रसगुल्ला पैक करन सेटा को
Should wax layer. Wax laminated or you can say that is aluminum foil laminated paper. In that case, particularly in case of sweet industry or candy industry, you are used aluminum foil and wax laminated paper. So due to that wax laminated paper, the fragrance should be remain for a longer period. Or you can say this type, that is known as active packagings. These are under active packaging. Here the aluminum foil is used in case of food industries. If you purchase naan, roti and kulcha from different restaurants, they are directly wrapped with the aluminum foils. So due to that aluminum foil, the prolonged shelf life of that particular product will be enhanced for a longer period. They are also enabled to maintain a particular temperature also. The next one is your third-party logistics. This is the last topics. In case of third-party logistics, why third-party logistics? Most of the business are very much complex. So if you consider in case of steel industry, in case of metal industry, in case of automotive industries, their process, their technology, their method are very much complex. They don't have their own logistics. They just eliminate the part of logistics. If you eliminate the part of logistics, you can save a huge amount of cost. What type of cost? For example, involvement of people, so the maintenance cost, the fuel cost, the carrier purchase, you consider the capital cost involvement in case of purchase the particular carrier. So these parts should be eliminated from most of the integrated industries. So that is why they are hired or they are assigned third party for logistic activities. So if you go to the definition of third-party logistic, the third-party logistic in logistic and supply chain management is a company's use of third-party business to outsource element of distribution, warehouse, and fulfillment of service. So in this regard, if you take the best example in case of Indo-Arya Group, initially it was a transportation company for various multinational companies. But later on, being a third-party logistic company, they have to enable their warehouse facilities and fulfill the different service whenever they deliver through the distribution network to different places to different destinations. So that is why most of the company are hired third-party logistic for enabling their or for providing more amount of logistic networks to reduce different operational expenses, which is directly involved in case of logistic operations. The next part is that the third-party logistic provider typically specialize in integrated operation of warehouse transportation service that can be scaled, customized to customer needs. So most of the transportation companies are customize their service according to the customer needs. In this regard, if you take the best example, that is known as Kapoor and Sons transport company or your FedEx company, they are customized according to the need of customers. So based upon the market condition, also some transportation company are customized their service, and in case of meet the demand and delivery requirement for their particular product. So in case of if you take the best example, we have already gone through that. The Bharat Logistic Company Private Limited. It is the only one company who transport a huge amount of that component of satellite from the place like Maharashtra to your Kerala for transportation activities. So just imagine there is no company who assigned for transporting this particular or this large volume of or a huge amount of this machine equipments from one place to other places. So why it is not possible? Because due to higher side of weight, it is not enable in case of railway, and it is not enable in case of your air flight. It is not enable in case of cargo ship due to overweight. That is why the company is plan to ship this particular equipment, especially in case of your satellite project. They are ready to shift by road. So just imagine the weight of this particular machinery is around 70 tons. So in case of 70 tons, it will already cover a wide area. So due to that area, they just travel 5 kilometers in a day, and it should be reached around. It took around 1 year to reach from the place like Maharashtra to your Kerala areas. So according to the demand of that particular satellite project, the third-party logistics customize their services based upon the demand of a customer, and the next part is delivery service. They require their product according to that things. The next part is that if you go to the third-party logistic point of view, so as far as concerned with your in-house operations, which is enables the in-house or inbound logistics department. In case of inbound logistics, there are more amount of shippers are there. They are enable IT support, transportation activities, warehouse facilities, and other logistic activities. But whenever you enable the third party provide different type of shippers, carriers, cargo, containers, and they are enable the transportation facilities, warehouse facilities. They also provide IT support for tracking of vehicles, for enable different movement of carriers. Then they also integrate supply chains. The next is they are also enable, or you can say it is some third party are also providing consultancy service regarding logistic activities. So that should be play a vital role with cope with inbound logistics as well as your outbound logistics. So most of the third-party logistic players are through the outbound logistics. They are enable transportation facilities, warehouse, I just repeat, IT support, then supply chain integration and other activities in the form of consultancy. So in case of third-party logistics, what will happen? The third-party target particularly function within the supply chains. As I told, the third party will enable the within the supply chain. So as you know, in case of the different entities of supply chain, starting from product, carrier, then route, the next one is your facilities. So as far as concerned with the third party, they are enable the different functions such as warehouse, transportation, raw material provisions. The next part is the third party provider offer outsourced logistics service, which encompass anything that involve management of one or more fact of procurement and fulfillment activities. So in most cases, in most business cases, the third party has broad meaning that apply to any service contract that involve storing or shipping items. And finally, the third party service may be single provider or such as a transport of warehouse storage. As I told, the particular case study of Faisal Transport Private Limited is the single transport provider which is assigned by Tata Steels, and they are enabled for providing the logistic operation between Jamshedpur to your Vizag port. In between, they are authorized to conduct the transportation activities of semi-finished steels from starting from Jamshedpur area to that Vizag port area. So due to that thing, it should be they provide a huge amount of incentive as well as discount to that particular companies. It can be system-wide bundle of service capable of handling supply chain management. So why supply chain? Because due to this involvement of third-party logistics, they are providing various facilities in the form of IT support, in the form of supply chain integration, in the form of consultancy, in the form of warehouse facilities, in the form of more number of consolidated your transport facilities. Then moving to the next one. In case of third-party logistics, there are basically 4 categories: the standard third-party provider, then service developer, then customer adapter, and the last one is customer developers. So these are the different categories. So that's all for my side. In the next class, we'll discuss these particular parts. In doubt from your side? Yes. Only 5 minutes. Any doubts?
Logistics are also controlled by government.
Some logistics.
Like food they are
FCA,
storing in warehouse
but
of the government.
in case of FCI, but due to a huge conjunction of third-party agency, they directly go for online tender or online, you can say it e-tendering process. For example, if you go to the place like Jagatpur, in that case, FCI has different sub-godowns are there. So initially, they hire their own trucks. They are engaged their own trucks, but due to high congestion and due to the involvement of local authorities, they are just eliminate those part of transportations. Similarly, if you go to the place like Isar Steels, initially the land looser are assigned as a third party logistic activities partner. तो जो लोग ईसा पारादीप प्रोजेक्ट में मतलब अगर उसका केस स्टडी देखोगे, इन दैट केस इनिशियली द लैंड लूजर आर असाइन्ड एज ए ट्रांसपोर्ट और थर्ड पार्टी लॉजिस्टिक एक्टिविटीज पार्टनर, but due to local strike and involvement of or influenced by the political parties, they are just totally eliminate the part of transportation activities for their raw materials. They directly go for a huge investment in case of raw material transportation by the help of pipelines. Similarly, if you take the best example in case of Patna Iron Steel Limited near Joda Vadbil area, फाल्कन ग्रुप का एक मतलब स्टील प्लांट है वहां पे. इन दैट केस दे आर एम्प्लॉयड, इनिशियली दे हायर द लोकल अथॉरिटी फॉर थर्ड पार्टी लॉजिस्टिक एक्टिविटीज, बट ड्यू टू हायर साइड ऑफ स्ट्राइक्स एंड पॉलिटिकल इन्फ्लुएंस दे टोटली रिमूव द पार्ट एंड जस्ट इमेजिन दे मेंटेन 45 किलोमीटर assign 45 kilometer long conveyor belt for transportation of their raw materials. And for that particular raw material transportation, they assign around 5 to 10 number of people, technical people, for maintaining that particular conveyor belt. So this type of cost reduction enhancer or directly they are using flexible manufacturing system in the form of raw material shiftings. Yes.
Fourth party or third party difference?
Fourth party and third party difference. So in case of fourth party and third party difference, just I will show that particular slide. We'll discuss on tomorrow class, but just a minute. So in case of third party and fourth party, the third party have their own warehouse and transportation asset, but fourth party, that usually non-base asset does not own warehouse. They don't have any warehouses. In case of third party, they are enable focus on day-to-day activities or day-to-day tasks. But in case of fourth party logistics, they are using optimization of supply chain. That means they optimize the product, then your facilities in the form of warehouse, then carrier, and last one is route. The next part is one of 2 point on contact on supply chains. In case of third party, they contact with 2 point, especially the product and the carriers. But in case of fourth party, they act as a single point. The last point, they are basically enable your, you can say it is from warehouse facility to number of destinations. Then in case of warehouse network, typically consists 1 to 10 facilities. So if you are a third party logistic, you have around maximum 10 number of storage capacity in the form of warehouse facilities. But in case of maintain anywhere. In case of third party logistic, you can maintain anywhere from, it is starting from 10 to 1000 plus warehouse across their networks. They don't have networks of warehouse. Sorry, they don't have warehouse facility, but they are well connected to increase their storage capacity. That is why they are well connected with around 100 number of warehouse. So in case of third party, they are specifically connected with a region of countries. If you take the best example in case of transportation of food, vegetables, or in case of crop area, most of the region are Punjab, Maharashtra, even if some part of Andhra Pradesh also. But in case of four-party logistics, they are entirely connected with the country, as well as some international span will be there. The next is in case of third-party logistics, their contract should be lie around 1 to 2 year contract for storage space and order volumes. But in case of four-party logistics, let the merchant scale and scope of service implement, and it will tailor the price to match. So whenever you match the price, in case of carrier, in case of transportation activity, you enable your four-party logistics. And finally, yes.
use
I would say just you can add one node extra that should be converted into four-party logistics. Also, that one, this is the figure. Here, this is the first party. That means the cargo owners are there. Second party, carrier owners, number of carriers for transport activity. But in case of third party logistics, that is logistic service providers are there. And in case of four party, it will provide the same things, that is known as lead the logistic provider and consultants. So in case of consultants, one node is added in case of that particular third party. Similarly, if you see in case of first party, from plant to the retail outlet, in case of second party logistics, plant, then carrier, then retail outlet. Similarly, in case of your third party, that manufacturer or suppliers, then warehouse, then your carrier, and finally should be these two retail house. In case of fourth party, due to involvement of consultant, that means some people are involved, and they are enabled to make the function of warehouse, and they are coordinating different logistic and you can say transportation activities. And by this transportation activity, your product should be reached up to the outlet. That means one node is extra. This node is extra added in case of fourth party logistics. So there is the basic difference between third party and fourth party. In case of first party, only cargo owners are there. In second party, there is carrier is there. In third party, logistic service providers are there. Multi-channel partners are there. So you can say it is more number of distribution network partners are there. But in case of fourth party, you can add or you can lead the logistic provider and your consultancy of that particular logistic activities. So what are the service? In case of first party, that is manufacturing and retailing. In case of second party, that is transportation only. In case of third party, that is logistic activities. And in the last, that is fourth party logistic, they are enable or you can say optimizing the supply chain activities. Or you can say the supply chain integration should be done through the fourth party logistic activities.
So one party means the
Sir,
yes.
So me
sir, ଆମର ଯୋଉ sir Falcon ର ତାର ତାଲେ first party logistics
Falcon no first party. Yes, first party.
Okay.
Yes.
one